Troops, Reilly's Gaff is brought to you by G4 Claims. If you're involved in an accident and it was not your fault, and if it was your fault, don't even bother phoning, right? If it wasn't your fault, get in touch with them, notatfaultclaim.com, and their number is 01698 767 172. So get in touch with them. It's a free process. They're going to take care of all your stresses and sort everything out for you. Also, if you want to receive every episode ad-free, what else, Jamie?
Extra bonus content, extra deep fried every single month. If you're a fan of deep fried, you need to get over to
the Patreon. So you can subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/Reilly's Gaff. There's so many perks. As we said, every episode ad-free, bonus episodes, bonus deep frieds, behind the scenes stuff.
And we'll deliver a Bucks bar to your house every month.
Aye. And you get to ask guest questions as well, which you don't get to do normally. So, aye. If you want to support us, patreon.com/Reilly's Gaff. Enjoy the podcast.
Day-to-day the shit change, but you know for the most part nothing indifferent. Sometimes be stuck in my ways, weekend fucked up in somebody's kitchen, sticking my hand, I'm chilling with the troops and my few cans down, so I walk like Winston. Trust me, I wake up hanging, you hang that I'm leaving this bed, you're kidding, I'm sitting on back in the pad, get deep fried and I smoke some packs of the grass, put the feet up, kick back and relaxing your best, know I'm sitting on Reilly's Gaff.
Hello everybody, Reilly's Gaff, we're back. And the man needs no introduction, but let's do it anyway. Look, when we first started this podcast, there was a young man by the name of Joseph, baby, and he edited every episode up till when?
I don't know, end
was
of
it
November
October?
or something?
October-ish?
I think it was November. Aye.
October, the massive fallout happened.
It was a
there's blood everywhere. So wanted to get Joe on as a guest, so welcome, Joe.
Good to be here.
Round of applause.
Lovely to be here.
Lovely to be here.
Lovely to be back.
60 FPS.
Aye, mate, because did we no do that after Joe left?
What?
It's like smoother.
We got
so?
62 because I remember Joseph.
That's early on.
Aye, mate, fuck it, mate. What for monetization?
Aye.
Oh, that's boat sail, bro.
Aye, mate, that is done.
We're on a list, bro.
We are shadow band or something. But
the dirty words list.
At that time, like 2 weeks after Joe left, he texted me like, seen the podcast, 60 FPS. Like it was kind of like a mad divorced couple.
Do you know what I love about Joe?
I seen your new BMW.
Aye. Mate, you know what I love about Joe? Like, the mad way, like, we'd watch it and go, that looks class, but he's like more dialed into like, that is that. You know what I mean? That's 60. I can, do you think you could look at something and say what the FPS is?
Only if it was under 30. See if it was like 20 FPS, I'd pure notice that.
Aye.
And then if it's over it, see if it's heavy high. I think everything's slower than that, and like those the extremes are noticeable. I mean, but like he can tell the difference between like a PS5 being 60F and a gaming PC being...
How like, see like frames per second, right? How like, if you had to look at one, how much like a window would you give yourself either way to guess? Like, what, like, could you guess it within 10 of the
Aye, like if it was 63 or something, my guy see the 3.
Mm-hmm. Aye.
Hey, what are the parameters, Jing? I think like 5, maybe. Do
you think you could do like between 5, like you'd never be 5 out of what your guess was?
50 instead of 60.
Aye, so we'll give you 10 out then.
10, you've got 10. So you could guess every 10, you think? Pull them up. Jamie, get all the frames per second up, bro.
Get every frame per second that's ever happened, bro. Pull it up now.
On record. But look, we need to talk about Joe, boy, right? So, before, obviously Joe isn't the editor anymore, Joe's left.
Jambo's taking over.
The tension in this room is crazy.
It's palpable.
The sexual tension in this room, bro.
Mate, the mutual respect I can see beaming off these two.
Two editors having sex, that'd be wild, bro.
That's the kind of videos I want to start seeing, bro.
But even before we got into like leaving and that, I wanted to ask you, because I was thinking about this today, like, I've obviously, because I'm on podcast with Jamie, I get to talk to him about like like people will ask us, remember first starting the podcast, and we're like, I was just fucking about, and then Evan says to me, mate, do you want to do it? Like, we've told that story, but I've never even heard it from your point of view. So like, do you remember at the time when like Jamie must have mailed you pure, here, do you want to do this edit? Like, what was going on in your life at that time? Were you at college, or like what was going on?
Well, I was wanting to do films and all that at uni, so I went to uni to do film. Then I just couldn't do it, man. Like if it was online, that was pissed.
It was like during COVID, wasn't it?
Aye, it was during COVID, so it was just online and that. But I came out of that after like a year. Then, but that was an amazing opportunity, and I was just like, "This is amazing."
I remember. I think I phoned you and I was like, "Would you want to do a podcast?" And he was like, "What, like actual?" And I was like, aye, and I kind of explained it a wee bit, and I remember you being quite like heavy buzzing about it.
Amazing.
No, I was just going to say, I pure remember like you being heavy excited about it, and and it was like, I think it was like a mad start or something that you didn't know what it was going to become. It felt like a mad new thing. It was like, like this, a pure like, no, once in a lifetime, but I mean, it's no often that you get asked, like, do you want to start this podcast? This is what we expect for it, and it's going to...
Because in fact, we need to get some memories for this. Right. The thing is, you done a podcast before Reilly's Gaff, mate.
I always, man, wanted to do it though. But I did that.
Mate, we used to film.
It's embarrassing though, because I'm like a wee guy and I've got like a can of beer in it.
What was it?
Mate, we used to do like commentary.
Kidding on to drink beer in it? Or you what?
I'm just like a wee guy. What guy? Just looks alarming watching it.
It looks like a video that you would maybe get the jail for watching or something.
Evan, we done things that were like playing games.
What was the name called again?
No, but this is outside of that. Before that, eventually the wee room became a thing.
The juggernaut.
Like, we used to just film videos. I was like playing like Sniper Elite 3 and just talking to each other, but I'm like 17 in them and he's like 12 or something. So like, and it must be a wee bit older than that actually, because we were boozing and that, or we're sitting going, oh, we can, all that, like, it's so like
pure, like getting the beer in the camera and that pure.
Mate, I'm sure I said we're sponsored by fucking Bud Light once or something. I mean, like, just like mad shit like that. But I wanted to bring this up, mate, because I wanted to tell you about it. I don't think I've ever told you. So we did like the Wee Room podcast, and it was just like me, Joe, and then it was like a couple of my pals came in for each one. One came in for one came in for another one.
Guests,
and mate, like Mark Bradley came on. It was heavy funny. Mark Bradley's so good, but he's so funny, mate. But obviously, like at the time, I was pure like wanting to be like putting questions to cunts and that. Like, I was wanting to be like the mad host kind of.
Who would you say like in media they knew like you wanted to be like even like a pod, like what vibe were you going for?
I mean, it was kind of like, I don't know, a younger, more handsome Jonathan Ross maybe.
Oh, I'm big Bitsy bro, Johnny Ross
in the suits and that, bro.
Big Johnny Ross, mate.
But so I used to always just come in with these questions, kind of like I do now, like come in, like think about shit through the week. And then I was like, I'll say that on it, like saving shit in my notes and that. So I saved one that was like, so this world is done, right? And you need to pick 5 people to take to the new planet. Like, who you got to take to build this society. Right. Like, what are your teachings going to be, all that kind of stuff, right? And Joseph didn't understand the assignment. And he was like, right, the first person I'd pick would be a sheriff. A mad old, like, Western sheriff. And we were like, right, no. And then he kept going on. He was like, and I'd bring a cowboy, and we were like, why? They're like bad. And he was like, I like a bandit, and he was like pure for it being bad.
Why? Just you need that? What's the thing?
A new world, man.
You need a bit of conflict or something to get things fucking pumping.
That's what he's saying. Like, it was like it'll create traditions. But I was just like,
it'll create old tales.
Mate, I wanted to say that just so you can understand how Joseph's mind works. Like, he wasn't thinking about like doctors and bosses.
That's my mind as a wee guy that's drinking beer.
It was a while ago, but I think you have kept to that. Like, you think pure literally like what was ages ago, cowboys and like sheriffs and that, so we'll start there. Like,
we need them to pinpoint history, mate.
Exactly. They need to create the traditions of our society.
So did you always think, did you always want to be like in the podcast, or like how long you been editing for, like since what age?
9 or something.
That is wild,
I
isn't
mean,
it?
he used to have what was your YouTube channel? I mean, the
SCAD 101.
No, that one. The tech one.
Tell us about the channel.
Before, it starts off as SCAD 101. That was when I was like 9. And it was
the OG, bro.
Saints Row 3 and all that. It would just do a game that isn't out yet and like do a trailer for it. So it'd get hundreds of views, but it would just be like us running about.
So it's like having.
So you're like the mad thing that put up like they'll put up like Celtic versus Livingston live stream, and you click on it, and it's just like a video of with those bastards. Like, I hate
but that's what he done, mate. And it was like him and like his pals, and they were like dressed up like there was one of them. They dressed up like mafia people, and it was like editing like gunshots into like fake
that was
guns.
Mafia free.
And it was Mafia free, mate. When everybody was pure buzzing off Mafia too.
He's a hustler, this guy, mate. Hustler,
but they all got deleted because like, I was breaching YouTube's rules for being too young, and they just took
really?
my full channel.
But tell him about
fake ID, bro.
That obviously went on to something that could have actually became a mad thing. I think
I wish I could watch it because like, I pure remember it all.
The tech thing. Tell Evan about that.
Then like after that, I had a YouTube channel for like reviewing phones and all that. Cause, like, I pure like technology, obviously.
But he used to get sent shit and that. Like when he was
so,
like 10.
That is insane, mate.
Vodafone.
That's definitely illegal. That's definitely illegal.
I mean, that's prostitution.
I know. I don't know why he did it. The mad guy. Like, I was in an email chain with a mad guy at Vodafone,
and he sent him a phone, weird, bro, just to keep.
He was watching the videos.
What kind of phones? You getting iPhones in it?
Like shitey Vodafone cheap things.
the 40 watt, the one that you like if you go to start selling gear, the one you got to buy in Tesco.
The bundles. Prepaid and that,
mate. See, back in the day, there was a legendary tale about somebody I allegedly might know.
Right. Allegedly, of course.
And get into Tesco, and like, I might have allegedly been maybe metaphorically with this person.
Right, in spirit.
And I remember getting into Tesco, and he walked up right up to the phone bit. He was like, "Excuse the cheapest phone you've got." I was like, "This is the most obvious thing ever."
Mate, they're pressing a button that goes to security saying like,
you're like, what? So you don't want to even
find scales?
Scale like with a basket, scales, bags, and all that.
Mate, you know what that's like? See that? What's that film called again? It's like it's the one with the fake terrorists. The
Free Lions or something.
Free Lions. That's like that one. He's like gone into a shop and he's buying like. He needs to get hunters of bleach, obviously, to make mad fucking bombs and that. And he's like, I just went in and asked for like 26 bottles of bleach. But he's obviously got like the mad stuff on, and it's at the time that's what the jokes might be. And he's like, the other cunt's like, so you went into that shop looking like that and asked for 26 bottles of bleach? And he was like, no, I went in as different people every day. He was like, one of them, I was a woman. And he's like, you've got a beard? And he's like, that's like what that cunt was doing, buying scales, burner phones and that.
Mate, could it be like, it's the fact that you're like, they walk in and they're like, what, so you don't even want to know like what it is or that? No, I mean, like, see if you're buying a phone and you're like wanting to see what you'd be like, show us like like you'd want to like, try shit,
a feature,
like you need it, you go in with like a preference of like what you want it to do for you, like but these one that sends all the messages. No, I mean, like you would, like you don't go in and go,
this one got a calculator
he's
on it.
The cheapest one.
What was did you see the phone allegedly?
It was something like Joe was reviewing that. I think that's it.
That was the guy, mate. That's his
aye, man. But so you were like reviewing shit and that's insane, mate. That's insane. So, mate, I guess we should talk about the podcast. Also, like starting the podcast. When Jamie put it to you, like, do you want to do this? Were you just like, aye, right away, like 100%?
Aye.
So then, obviously, we came up and done the first episode. So the first time I met you, we met in Tim Hortons.
Business meeting.
Do you know what's hilarious to me, right? So it's like, we came up, and it's obviously the first time I'd met Joe.
Like the fourth time.
Because my other pal Joe was meant to be fucking editing it, and then he couldn't even get a job for Celtic.
Mate, that day.
Sorry, name drop. Ready for
mate,
Celtic.
See, thinking back to that day, but we all seem so innocent, bro. Like we're all so young and wild.
Mate, my cousin Ewan, shout out to Ewan Anderson. He sent me a message today and he was like, mate, I'm watching your first ever podcast, and he's like, cause I've watched every one, it feels weird looking back. It feels like a different time, if you know what I mean. It's mad.
Maybe we seem so bright-eyed and all that, we're all optimistic about life.
See when we met in that, what were you thinking for that first episode? You're like, here we go. Were you nervous of that, do you think? Can you remember?
Like recording it?
No, just even like that whole day, were you a bit like, were you like, nah, I've got this sort of thing?
I don't know what I was thinking. No, I don't know what I was thinking.
No, I know you were thinking. No, it's a mistake for the one. No,
I think I was just excited, man. Just like, this is hopefully, like, hoping that it's going to be a thing.
See the amount of like editing. Did you know, like, when gone on to when you were actually doing it and it was just what you done every week and that? Were you expecting that amount of work to go into it? No, how when I asked you, I was like, oh, do you want to do this podcast? Were you like, oh, this is going to be a heavy workload? Because it was, wasn't it, at the start?
I think, well, at the start we were one episode a week.
Aye, because when we started, do you remember I was like, oh, let's do one a fortnight to begin?
True, actually.
And me and him...
Who was it that said, no, we need weekly? Was it both of you or just Jamie?
Probably, I don't know.
I think it was both of us. I remember him being like, no, what you need is like, like that's what you need consistency. And I was saying, no, it's obviously one a week. I don't know, it just made so much sense to me. But
because what podcast releases fortnightly, you know what I mean?
There is one, mate, but I've went off podcast because they start and then they're away for 2 months and then they come back and that. Like, see if one's inconsistent, I kind of go off. Because your like sense of humour and things you like change if they're not pure fed.
Because see, like podcasts I listen to regularly or not, it's like, it's more to do with like the habit of you listening to that. Right? Like, obviously it's the content, but it's like, having a mad thing every week, you're like, oh, I can, like, if you're doing something quite mundane, you're like, I can listen to this.
Aye.
Like, it's good for wee moments like that. But I just, even going back to that, like, how did you find it editing it at first? Were you like, because you were like, pure enjoying it at the start, weren't you? Like, editing it and shit?
I was creative and all that things. Mm-hmm. I know, it just became like, everything here and us and all that was all good, like recording shit. And it was as soon as like I'd get home and just editing it, and I was just like, just became a mad thing. It just kept getting bigger in my head and all that.
Aye.
But
because we were always trying to come up with things to make it, like, cut the editing time down, which, like, I think would have helped. But it was like, because we were like, no, but we need to get one out. We need to get one out because we were recording.
I know.
And then it was just coming out a couple of days later.
It's hard work.
You know
like,
I mean?
it's fucking hard work doing this every week, mate.
It's
it's fun. That's the thing about it, though. Like, even though it's a task to do it, cause like, and I think for us it's easier because as soon as like, all we need to really worry about, me and Jamie, when we're here, is this bit. But you need to do this bit, and then it's all new until it's out. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it does become a mad.
Like when we walk out of here, it's like, oh, that's it, done. But no in a mad way. It's like,
phone each other.
It's fucking simple, bro. Just chill out all week now. But so like, but I still feel like last week I couldn't do it because I couldn't record this one last week because like I was working heavy, like, wild hours, and then like even though one of the days I could have came here in time, I was just feeling heavy drained and shit. So like, if you think about feeling like that and then having to like watch it here and there, like editing it and that, it must have been, if you were feeling that way, like kind of run down and that, and you just feel like, oh, we need to get this out, because that's what I always thought when you were editing as well. Like, you would never just say, oh, I don't know if I can do that, because you just thought, no, we need to get these out. Do you know what I mean? So it was maybe like that, man.
I always end up biting off me and I can chew with things, and then I'll say I can do it.
I don't think you ever said no one time. Mate, I never even heard you say the word, bro.
Aye.
I swear, yeah. You're like, Joe, what do you think about in the 7 episodes this week? Fucking then you're like, I'll get it done.
Because I'm like, that's no me that's doing it. It's like the other guy in future.
You can commit to it because it's no happening in the new.
See, future me and past me, they're both dickheads, man. Like, the only me I like is the one that's here now. Future me can
you ever have, mate.
Deal with all the problems. Past me was like, his judgment was off sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So the only credible me is present me. That's what I want to say to the people.
Oh, that's fucking beautiful, mate. Jamie, no, I sure do love.
What do you love, Evan?
Clothing.
Oh, do you really?
I would say clothes are probably one of my favourite things.
See, I do enjoy clothes, but I just don't know where to get them. I don't know where to get them. I don't know.
You did the idea where to get any?
Like, people always talk about clothes.
How did you get like all this stuff?
Just fuzzled. Like, I just wake up in the morning and it's there. Know what I mean?
So you sleep in it and that?
Right, like, I don't know. Did you make this in your bedroom or something? I don't know how clothes.
I don't know where that came from, mate. But look, if you are looking for clothes troops, And now a lot of people are looking for clothes like young Jamie here. If you're not sure where to ever buy clothes, the best thing for you to do would be to visit Kintaro Clo. Now, Kintaro Clo are what I would describe it as maybe a bit of a personal shopper, Jamie.
Oh.
I would describe it as, you know how like you go to, say you're going to one of the famous festivals that are going all over the nation. You're going to your Big Dot, your Terminal V's, yeah?
Oh.
Your Riverside, yeah?
Yep.
Even your Glastonbury's, yeah?
Oh, yeah, I love that.
For getting into the big dogs. If you are going to one of these, and now you go and you see somebody and they're wearing like a Nike sort of like windbreaker, mad matching shorts, and it's like all cool designs, and you're like, I never seen that in the Nike outlet.
You don't get, like, seeing JD, it doesn't come like that.
No,
I always end up with like a red top and green shorts and that. It just doesn't look.
Mate, they don't even stock half it, mate.
No, exactly.
So
mate.
That's where Kintaro Co are going to come in. So they are a website that offers all things activewear clothing and footwear, and they specialise in Nike and Under Armour jackets, t-shirts, and full sets.
So could that be if you were what say I've been going to the gym, right? Aye. Obviously I wear my gym jeans every time I go to the gym.
Aye, the classic.
But like you get laughed at and that because like
who's laughing at you?
Hunters, like, everybody doing it at Mountain Muscle House laughs at my jeans, bro. So see if I was wanting to up my gym clothes game,
yes,
do you think this would suit?
I think 100%, mate. He's got gym wear, he's got, I mean, but even at that, it's like gym wear that you could defo wear.
Fashionable shit, bro.
Fashionable gym wear, yeah. It's all the range. So troops, also what a class thing is, they offer ClearPay and Klarna, so everything can be paid for in instalments, which is a massive help. Like me, I get paid weekly. Like the good old days.
Aye, cash.
You get in the office, you get your fucking pipe on, you get right to the bookies and waste for the whole lawyer, eh? You either live good that week or you're fucking kicked out of the house.
That's the worst thing, the bookies is next to the boozer and you're obviously going for a pint and you spend all your money and that's
the psycho.
Back into that race, son.
So they're going to sort you out with Klarna and ClearPay. I mean, we couldn't make it any more obvious. So you're looking at the website right now. Go and have a wee scroll through it. And when you're buying something, when you're buying those summer garms, use the code GAFF, GAFF at checkout, and you'll get 15% off anything you buy. So stock up, get that 15% off. Make sure it's a good wee chunk you're getting off. And yes, enjoy your summer, baby. Cheers. So when can you remember like when it started feeling like more a kind of chore than something pure fun? Do you remember how long that took?
I don't know, man.
Because like I remember you saying to me, like we drove home one night and you were like, we were talking about the podcast, the future, and I remember you were like, oh, mate, like I don't know, like kind of, and I remember like, oh, like, but then I'm wondering now, like, was that a kind of case of like it happened for months, or and you were just like soldiering on sort of thing?
I think I was kind of like, by this time next year or something, I'll be at it or something. Like I have something else to do, and like cause I had that idea, I was like, but what will I do and all that, and but
just like stressing about it.
But I should have just stayed for the long haul. You could say, right, because like it is what you're doing. It just keeps getting better. But like, I think I kind of just, I don't know, man. Like, I must have just been committed to like doing it for a long time. I just wanted to do it for a certain amount of time.
And maybe and, like, move on
as much as I can. Because I don't think I had it like in a sustainable way in my head. Of like, being like this I can do this forever. Like a system. I think just like I'll do as much as I can. For as long as I can. I
remember you saying to me, like, the reason that you ended up leaving was, like, you said to me, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, we were talking about something about next year. We were like, oh, next year we'll do this and that. And you said, like, but I don't know if I'm going to be here next year. Like, just wanting to temper expectations. I was going, and we'll do this at that date and all that. Just be like, right, we'll need to, like, replace you, and we'll need to, you're going to leave, we're going to get somebody in a certain amount of time. Instead of doing that, because the way me and you are, we were just like, right, what can we do? And then like started going through options, different editing options and that, and you were like, no, but it doesn't need to be the new. But it all started going heavy fast after that, I think, because just we were like worrying about Joseph doing something he didn't want to do.
Mate, I didn't know other editors existed, mate. I thought, man, this fucking this gig's over. It's class while it lasted. how are we going to find somebody else that can edit a YouTube video? There's no way we're going to.
I even just more recently, like, I've realised how many like editors and things there are, like people that do shit like that. Like when you don't do something like this, you don't think about mad producers and all that. Know what I mean? You don't think about that.
Don't think about that world, mate. You're like, there's probably like 3 in Scotland or something.
How much producing happens in Scotland?
Not a lot. But so obviously you made the decision to leave, and something I was saying to Jamie, and you can just be honest with us, you can tell me whatever you want, right? I was saying to Jamie, we were talking the other day, and I was like, I always felt like, even when you left and that, I was like, I always felt like Joe, because the thing is, we started this, right, and I didn't know you. I knew Jamie sort of. It's weird to say that when we started a podcast. Usually it's pure best friend for 9 years.
The boys.
We should start a podcast. But so I was saying to Jamie, I always felt like Joe couldn't view me. See, like you had a percentage of how you viewed somebody, right? I was like, I felt like Joe couldn't fully view me as like a pal because you only ever knew me. Like you would say I was your pal, but like it was a way where you always like looked at me as if like a boss, like
an employer.
Like because the thing is, see when we were like, see when shit was like getting, say we get the Patreon and obviously it's more content and it's like shit's getting a bit heavier. And I was like, I never ever want to put pressure on him ever to feel like he needs to, because I knew it was a big workload. So I'm like, if there's ever a time you can't do something or you need more time or anything, I'll like, that was never ever an issue. But I always felt like maybe you couldn't, I don't know, it was weird. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's like, I know what you mean, but I think it's like the audience is the boss and like it needs to be done. Like, even if you're like, you don't need to do it. I know that you don't want me to do it if I don't want to do it. But like you know that it needs to be done. So it's like,
I do get you.
So like,
but
it's
also like I used to always say, like there was times like last year when we were doing this that I was like you were no well. Mm-hmm. We couldn't do it 1 week now, and if it was us two, we'd just say, we need to patch it. But then like no once, even though we both said like if you ever can't do it, just let us know and don't do it. No once you said like, by the way, I don't think I can edit this week because of this. Mm-hmm. Because it was like, I think you pure imposed that like that mindset on yourself. You were like, no, I need to get this stuff done, even if it would maybe be alright if I never. I still need to. And it was like, that was your own self. It's like a mad like pride thing. I thought, no
pride. I'm not proud. I don't know,
I'm not a proud man.
Is it more just a case of like, you know that I'm saying to you, do whatever you want, but ultimately it's a mad thing that just whether you want it or no, it needs done, sort of thing.
It's not coming for you. It's just coming for like what we've got to say win kind of thing.
I get you.
Systematic of success, I think.
That's it. But I wanted to ask you, obviously this is the first like time I've seen you sort of since it left, so how do you feel like after leaving and that? Obviously I know you were probably a wee bit torn about it, but how do you feel? Do you feel better mentally for like no having to do that every single week and that? Do you feel a bit freer?
I think it's kind of gave me like a chance to think about like, what I want to do and all that, and just because I don't know, like you come out of COVID and all that and you're just like that in a new world, man.
Because while you were doing this, it's not like you could sit and think like, right, what's my like career plan? Because you're like, I'm focusing on this episode that's coming out.
I turned 20 and like came out of school and all that as well, so I didn't feel like this was going to be like my last job. Mm-hmm. I thought it was like,
see, we've been through the mill with jobs. No, I mean, I've been sacked for McDonald's, sacked for Foot Asylum. Like we know how it goes.
Through it, bro.
That was like my first proper job for a sustained amount of time. Like, I've done wee things, but.
That is mad that was your first job, like a superstar podcast editor.
Superstar podcaster, I know. But look, Trips, you wanted to know why the man left.
I think people thought there was some insidious behaviour going on.
Because Trips, the thing is, like, we didn't mean to know and inform you. What we done was, the way it landed was like, we
had old podcasts that Joseph was in to bring out and shit. So it was like, you left and then like 2 podcasts or 3 podcasts went by, and then we started recording with Jamie and like putting it.
But the first episode was
it was ages ago.
The first episode we done with Jamie was a Patreon one, so we were like, but so what people on the Patreon knew, sort of.
Aye,
but I realised we didn't even explain it to YouTube.
Like, so there was hundreds of YouTube comments and like messages on
the people like, miss you, mate.
That.
Actually, before we move on and we watch fights and we get into some nonsense, there is one question. So I put it to the Patreon, right? I said Joe returns, and they're all just like, where you been, bro? Like, oh shit like that, right? But there's one that says Declan Sweeney, he still got the same Chinese order.
Oh, Declan Sweeney, I know him, man.
Do you
actually?
Aye, Declan Sweeney.
It's probably a
Chinese order.
What do you go for now? Like, if you went home the night and you had to order a Chinese, what would you order?
He hates Chinese food.
I don't like Chinese, man. I'll take a prawn cracker, man.
The people or the food?
A prawn cracker and chips.
What, make a piece?
Like a rice cake.
That's a Chinese piece, mate. What are you talking about?
That's what you take to the lot and that, innit?
What sort of pieces a day?
A prawn cracker and a chip, bro. The amount of carbs in that fucker.
Imagine like 2 prawn crackers, but you just filled it with everything that was like in a sandwich. So it was like lettuce, like ham, tomatoes, and all that.
Mayonnaise,
mayo. That'd be disgusting.
I bet you don't. Do you bother with the? Do you bother?
What would you order? What would you order? What would your order be right now?
Chicken boys, chips, man. But
tomato sauce.
That's exactly what you said last time.
But I don't like it. Because I don't like the other shit. Like, that's the only thing.
Right, what would you order?
I would take ribs and that. I would eat the ribs.
Ribs are good, by the way.
Aye, like,
if you get a meaty rib.
Like noodles and that.
See, Joe, say you're out in the town one night, right? You come across a young girl, she's like, Joe, do you want your dick sucked? And you're like, 100% aye. You get it done. And at this time it's only maybe 5 PM. You're like, how has this happened this early? You're like, I'm going home, and know what? Just been paid and all. You go in your house and you're like, I'm going to order myself something. Like, what can you get on the apps? What is the top pick, mate? What is the I'm ordering that if it's a celebration sort of day?
If it's a dick suck
like
day.
What? Aye, at 5 PM.
A Costco pizza would be good, but I don't think you can get it delivered.
No, I don't think you can, mate. I do not.
It's
think
like in a party food.
Aye, that is. That's an occasion.
You're a pizza guy, aren't you?
I'll take one.
Aye, you love a baked, mate.
Tell me about toppings. What do you do? Pineapple on that?
I don't do pineapple.
But would you think it?
I think I've tried it. I remember trying it before, but like,
see,
that's like to forget that.
That's
man.
like in Joe's.
I just started tasting it there, man.
I like pineapple on pizza. That's alright. It is actually. I don't mind it, mate.
Yeah, like get me.
It's a bit fancy, bro. I know. Imagine you folk find Hawaiian pizza was like the fanciest food you could get, bro.
Why are they Hawaiian pizzas?
He must have dough, no, he's just offered.
Hey, if you're sure about putting this restaurant, guys just walked in with a Hawaiian pizza. Pineapple on the pizza. I've not been paid this month.
Oh, fucking hell. Gonna cost an arm and a leg. No, you're an Induja guy, aren't you?
Mate, imagine like you met a young, you're out courting a young girl, yeah? You're saying, oh, hey, your first line is like, alright, what about that pineapple and pizza nonsense? Imagine that's the first thing you say to like a lassie. Like, what the line, man? Alright, here. What about this pineapple and pizza nonsense?
Like it's a mad conversation. No, that's fucking no.
But that's your intro, like, that'd be insanity, man.
Mate, I don't think you would get past. I don't think you would get anywhere with that young girl, bro.
Imagine a guy walked up to you and he just like the morning, yeah, big man. How about this? Pineapple and pizza nonsense.
A taxi driver.
Absolute carnage. Yeah. I don't know if you've heard of this.
They're going to Hawaii.
They're trying to distract us. They're saying Madeline Buchanan's been found. No, don't listen to them. What they're doing is they're putting pineapple on pizzas and they're sending it to Hawaii.
And heating up. heating up pineapples.
What's the dream toppings?
Dream toppings. Flying saucers. It's a dream. You fucked up dream, that I mean.
Oh no, like an ideal top.
See, I had a dream. I actually had a dream pizza one time, and it was all mushrooms coming up. It was a nightmare pizza, right? And it actually put me off pizza for about 2 months because I opened the fridge in a dream. It's because I was like eating too many pizzas or something. Because I was actually in the dream. I opened up the fridge. So what the fuck? and it was pure like
fungus,
spores coming at it and all that, and it actually put me off it for ages.
Oh my
that's
god!
Do you know what that is? That's the devil, bro.
Devil.
That's the devil in your dreams.
That's the devil, mate. Do you know the devil is actually a mushroom that grows out of pizzas? That is actually what's depicted in the old Celtic saying, bro.
Italians, man.
Mate, I wanted to ask you two a wee question just to kind of see what you think, right?
Okay.
So, you wake up, right, both of you, separate worlds, but you wake up and you're the last person on Earth, right? It's just every cunt's away, right? It's like I Am Legend and that, but like no zombies and that. So, like, what are you doing? Like, what's your first move? What do you... Like, how long do you think you could survive for? Would you thrive, or would you just survive? And
I like that.
What would keep you, like, sane? What would keep you from going mental? So, we'll start off, we'll do, like, 1 and 1, right? So, what's your first move, bro?
Where am I?
The concrete jungle, Glasgow.
Like where? Oh,
Livingston.
Right, so I thought I like landed in like
no, so
Nevada.
you just wake up in your house, mate, and you're
There's nobody.
Nobody, mate. You walk outside and there's just tumbleweeds and that, or the shops are just like left open. Maybe it was last night. Maybe there was an ascension to heaven, and you're left because they forgot about you.
First thing I'm doing is like go on TikTok, scroll through TikTok, scroll through Twitter, check my Instagram, and then probably find water.
Why you need water? Would you stockpile water? Or are you thinking about this like I'm mad? Do you know what I mean?
I'd probably realistically, I'd probably phone my ma, and then my dad, and then work out for there sort of thing.
I forgot to the next phone your work.
I'm not putting it there. There's nobody left a voicemail.
But right, Joseph, so how long do you think you would survive in this world? Would you thrive, brother?
Surviving, yeah. Like how long is electricity on and all that?
Right,
like,
so
does that just
if
turn
there's
on?
nobody there, you can't reproduce,
right,
and
so,
then
no use. But this is the thing, right? So the internet's on for an hour, right? You've got an hour. See when you
left.
find out everybody's
it's like plain Wi-Fi you're buying.
So then
the unlimited one, you're like, how's it ran out an hour?
it's like is BT Open Reach or whatever the mad fake ones you get. So you've got internet for like an hour, so you can download manuals and shit if you want. You can like just learn how to like a smart person would say like I'd learn agriculture straight away. Do you know what I mean? Like download everything on that, have it, and
The
like,
libraries are still there though.
Libraries are still
Mitchell
there,
Library,
mate.
that's where I'm going.
Aye, so that now we're thinking, mate. So you got to Mitchell Library. What are you reading up on?
Societal changes and one people's societies and all that.
There's nobody there, mate.
One person society.
Just to see how another person
The
done it.
only person that could write that is that cunt.
Nobody's
Make
reading a
that
one.
your house. Mitchell Library, just make it
I
your
like
house.
live her in, mate. I like that. So, say electricity's about to go out as well. Like, would you get generators?
Use the books
Would
for
you
fire.
learn how to
Burn the books. Burn all the books.
That's the worst answer.
Destroy all knowledge.
That's what like pagans
Do it like the Mongols.
like the Library of Alexandria.
Up and smoke, man.
Mitchell Library, bro.
Mate, what would that? I mean, so what are you telling me? There's nobody on Earth? I'd probably just kill myself, mate. Fuck
Would you?
it.
Aye.
Last cunt.
Would you know how to
Riding it out solo, you ask your nut. I think I just start about till I die one day. That's insane, mate.
So you just that's you, mate.
Mate, I'd be off Erskine Bridge in about fucking half an hour, mate. It takes me 35 minutes to drive there.
No way.
Aye, I'd be off it, mate.
I think you're a pussy, bro. I think you're a pussy. So I would. This is a sensible thing, right? So go print off everything, right? Print off all these things, like simple manuals on.
You love printing, mate. Yeah, it's just to print you, mate. I swear.
Where you get this ink for, man?
Simple, mate. That's what Mitchell Library. Go there and you just get all this knowledge about farming, like basic mechanical skills, engineering skills, like bricklaying and all that. I'd just get all that. And I would fucking get to work. I'd get stockpile generators and petrol and that, and I would fucking look for an alternative resource of energy, and I would live my days out comfortably in the Mitchell Library.
You sound like you're running for fucking president or something, man. The way you said that, didn't you?
And I will.
And I will deliver sustainable future. Are you trying to sell us? You're trying to sell us a mad cult or something? Right. They can't own it up part for us free, right? Who's sagging who? Who's taking it?
Is that animals, by the way? Is that animals?
Aye, there's animals in that, bro. You can,
Oh, bro, me. Am I with Joe? Can I meet up with Joe?
you and Joe, mate, that would be insane.
Imagine, like, we were the only two cunts, but like we weren't in our hoosies, and like we just had to bump into each other one day. Oh my god, there's a guy!
Mate, both of you would be climbing in the back of Levita or something like. Oh, fuck you! Fuck you!
Mate, imagine after like how long do you think it would take me and Joe to find each other? How long do you think? How long do you think if I was in your like I would just look on like Messenger and I'd be like, Joe's fuck, Joe's alive.
Well, see when that hood in, I might just message you.
You seeing this?
Yeah, you got any bus?
No, in the shop, man.
In the shop, kidding on you can't see him.
So, bro, have you two?
So, no, but I want to know how long do you think it would take if we didn't have phones?
Well, bro,
how long would it take me
on this?
How we'd cross paths at Baked.
No, but like how many days in that?
How many days?
How many days till actually we seen each other?
We've got a case study, a real life case study. You hadn't seen Joseph since he left, so that was over 5 months ago.
But this was a planned trip. That's
what I mean.
It just happened to be two of the last people on Earth and bump into each other and like
it would actually be 2-3 years, I think. Like ages, bro.
Mate, I'd walk.
Actually, because he's all been making us a noise. He's mostly
there's a guy slaughtered a chicken in there. There's a chicken.
That's my chicken.
I know that.
he's slaughtering Stacey.
Fuck, I can't just get my chicken in there, man.
You're just putting your washing it, man.
Mate, you bring down a bed sheet for the washing, like you just look at him, Joseph staying in another flat.
I love how we're still like caring about washing clays are the only cunts in the earth. What I mean?
Just jump into it, mate.
Doing washings and that. If I'm the last cut if I'm not doing washings, mate.
I would be just going to end every day for my clays. Just walk around to like crews and that, and just look at class every day. Like just myself, bro. Like see if I was the last person on earth, I would be the coolest cunt ever, bro.
Because you'd be the only cunt.
I'd just be walking about feeling pure class about myself. That's how I would keep saying. That was the last question.
Do you think it'd be good for a while?
How would you keep yourself sane, mate? I think it would be, apart from like the tragic loss in that, I think you could live an alright life. I
mean, but at the same time, without the connection of other humans, is it worth it?
I was thinking like online COD and that's like that would
with the online COD.
I mean, like having to play campaigns of games and that, mate. No getting multiplayer.
No co-op.
No co-op mode, mate. No landlines.
Need to make new games either.
Exactly, mate. All the fucking servers are doing soon. Oh, sad times, bro.
Just thinking about it, man. Horrible.
But yeah, see, wait, sorry.
No, you go, bro.
I was thinking, and I'm interested to know, because I think you'll be involved in this world, the sort of dark, sort of magical world. I can tell it. Mind I was talking to you about like Digimon and that.
Oh yes,
you
Digimon.
You're maybe too young for the Digimon.
Too inexperienced for Digimon.
Remember the old Digimon? Boy! Oh boy!
See, before you had Snake in your phone and that, you walking about playing Snake and that. We'd play with our Digimon kids. Did you like, even like, see when you were a wee guy, did you like Pokemon?
Pokemon, no. Get stabbed for that in my schools, man.
Aye, mate. Aye, like you.
Go-go's.
But you're heavy young. Aye, see, crazy bones. Aye, they were dead.
Are we not too old for that? I think we're a couple of years too old for that.
I mean, I was fucking chucking a couple of crazy bones in the playground.
Boys, going up to the first years and that.
Mate, I was taking everybody's go-go's off them, bro. You know me.
I see, because we used to play Chippy, which is like when I went up to his house.
That's the poverty version. I got crazy bones, bro.
Mate, that's the big roller version. There's a pound, mate. It's gold coins, bro.
He's illegally gambling. That's what you were doing, mate.
Digimon is like the Pepsi to Pokemon.
Right.
Aye. So you don't even know what Digimon.
Digital or something?
Could you pull a picture of Digimon on that screen? Could you get that?
Were you into Digimon Pokemon?
He's not got a mic, by the way.
Oh, have you not got a mic? Oh, Joseph, you're actual fucking.
You're out of the order, by the way. Right, aye, Joe. There's Digimon. Look, it's like an alternate universe to. Pokemon,
but it was never ever better than Pokemon.
No, I mean it's like if you're going through your indie stage as like a 9-year-old.
Aye, because you're like,
Dad, I kind of like Digimon now.
The mad program came out like a well after, like, do you know what I mean? It was like a new version.
Mate, it's like PES and FIFA.
Is it anime?
Yeah, is that true? No, it's like, have you never seen Pokemon?
Anime, isn't it? Japanese.
Sorta.
Aye, it's Japanese.
I never thought about Pokemon being anime.
Wagyu steak, anime. Kyogo Furuhashi, anime.
But do you remember, mate? Do you remember? Right. So God bless the Digimon. I don't know if they're still kicking about. Is Digimon still kicking a ball? But we were we as youngsters we were into Yu-Gi-Oh. The Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Do you remember them? Do you ever get into them, Joe?
Was that the ball?
No, aye, like the mad. But like, you used to get cards, and it would be like fucking all mad different shit, and you
would be
war.
Like 3 fire, and like it's mate. I used to have. I remember. War. I remember being at the car boot sale with my dad, right, and I seen one of the things that attached to your arm, and you had all your cards.
Oh,
in
bro,
there,
I was just going to talk about that, mate.
Were you really?
Because mate, I used to see it in like adverts and be like, "That's not a real thing, man."
Mate, I had one.
Oh, you.
When I walked by, I was my dad was like, "What are you looking at?" And I was like, "Oh, that thing there, like." All the boys in my school are heavy bashing Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, and I'm going to go. I want you to go and get me the cards, but see if I had that thing, I'd be pure top dog. And I was in like primary 4 or something. Like, must have been heavy young.
Aye.
Man, I mean going into school like that. Aye, got my fucking my arm deck or something. It was called. I mean,
I took a toy into school by accident one time, and I thought I was going to get to jail or something. Man, I was pure freaking out. I was hiding it now. That
what toy was it?
They allowed it. It was like a gun or something, mate. No, I'm joking. A bomb.
It was a petrol bomb.
Aye, but mate, I remember I went to fucking Spain on holiday as a young man, and this was at the time like Yu-Gi-Oh was at its peak in the school, mate. Everybody was Yu-Gi-Oh-ing the cards up, mate. Going into battles like you. I bet you've been in many duels with that
spiky hair,
the battalion on the arm, mate.
Exactly.
Oh, bro,
the gauntlet, bro.
Come on. But I remember like going in to this shop in Spain, like now the mad wee shops that sell fucking just like
magnets,
magnets and bottles
and
that.
Always mad wooden willies.
Mate, you never see vaginas for sale, bro, but always willies, bro. What equality?
Sexist, brother.
Very sexist. But I remember going in, right, and being like, "Oh my god, Dad, they sell Yu-Gi-Oh cards in there, right?" And he was like, "Alright." And I was like, "God, please, can I get a few packets?" And obviously they were like pure cheap, do you know what I mean? Because compared to like back here,
were they fakers?
Right? So they were like cheap, and I was like, obviously, I'm going to actually stock up in these things. Like they did, you know what I mean? So I'm like, "Oh, can I get them?" Every night I'd go back to that same shop. "Can I get it, please, Dad? Please, come on." And 2 packets and that, pure like rattling.
That's what it felt like,
just
bro.
2 packets. I like with football stickers and that.
Aye, mate, aye. Match attack.
I remember, and then I was like that first day back at school. I remember got to the playground like, "Oh my god, wait till I whip this deck out, man!" Honestly,
bro.
Mate, the bitches will be queuing up, bro. Honestly, I was like, wait till I get this fat stack of fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards out. And I remember like I pulled them out, right, and I was like. Look, like, so like now the back of a Yu-Gi-Oh card has a mad, it's like an orange sort of outline, and it's like black with mad, you know what I'm talking about? So it's like all these certain like colours, like black, yellow, orange,
because different ones are different versions.
So and I remember like I had my deck and I had like the back of the cards, and I remember looking at other cards and they were like, the colour of mine was like Gaff, know what I mean? I was like, and I remember looking at the cards and like looking at them, and they were like pure cheap looking compared to, and I was like, "Oh my god, I've stocked up like 1,000 fakers." I was like, I can't even use it. I think I had like Blue Eyes fucking red hamster or something. You know what I mean?
It like, still costed a ton of them.
I know, and I was like, I need to just bin these, man.
That's embarrassing, bro.
Take the L, mate.
That's embarrassing. You got Turkey cards, bro. Turkey, you
can you believe it, mate?
I used to happen to Logan Paul with the Pokemon cards, and he gets like he spent millions on it or something.
He bought a box that was meant to be like unopened, right? So see, like a box of Pokemon cards. If it's sealed, a sealed box is like mad because you don't know what's in there. It could be like, do you know what I mean? It could be anything, and some of them go for like hundreds of thousands or millions or whatever. So he bought this box and done it on a live stream for like 34 million or something mental. It may have been 3.4 million, but it was like the highest end he's ever paid for it today with Pokemon. And the guy on it was like, oh, he's the verifier on that, and he's trusted. He was like the guy, the in between for the seller to him. And it turned out it had been opened and then sealed back up, and it was like a box. It was meant to be a box for 1992 or something, and it was a box for like 2020. You know what I mean? And they had pure like faked it all. And he done it on a live stream, mate, and then on the live stream the other mad verifier was like, "No, this isn't right. No, it's heavy awkward."
Oh,
imagine doing that,
that's
man.
a Solian, man.
I know, mate. I think I'm getting the facts right there, but it's a long way line.
Sounds
you know
right.
what I mean? Sounds a bit. I said it with confidence. So
mate, it's 100% right.
that's it, mate.
Double down. That's what I do, mate.
Did you watch the fight? Jake Paul.
I watched it.
We're going to talk about it.
I will talk about it.
I was wanting to obviously thank the beautiful Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for sponsoring Reilly's Gaff this episode.
Prince Sheikh, what's his name?
Sheikh Hassim or something.
Alid or something. No, what's his name? Al Hamid or something.
Aye, no, this is disrespectful, mate. We didn't mean that.
I just can't remember his name.
Saudi Arabia's the best, mate.
Oh no, 100%. We love you, and
it's the future of boxing.
The future, the capital of boxing, mate.
So, mate, did you watch it yesterday, mate?
I watched it. Did you?
Aye, it was strange, wasn't it? Like,
it did look like two guys who are the elite boxers, but it's odd because it's like the main event, and it's
I meant more like because the cards before it were like alright, but I meant more like, see, just all the in between shit of like
very off.
Every interview said something about Saudi Arabia.
The start of every interview was like, first I want to thank the beautiful kid. It was like a script.
Aye, it was, mate. And the commentators and all here in Saudi Arabia, it was all like every 2 minutes, mate. It felt all weird to me, but I don't know if it's because I was like stoned and watching it on my phone. Like that.
No, it felt like that, bro. It felt like that, honestly.
But
did you watch it?
I thought it was like pure. It must be rehearsed, man, because like they're pure punching the air and all that. I'm like, what is this? Like,
no, mate,
it doesn't seem like they're fighting.
Just Jake Paul?
I thought they were actual both for it. I thought Jake Paul was actual good. So he actually looks like a boxer a bit.
Like, see, the thing is, right?
Pure lunges and shit. But
see, the thing is, right? If you look at it, right? So Tommy Fury is like a young sort of novice boxer, right? Like, he's obviously came from a mad pedigree of boxing. Been boxing all his life.
Boxing royalty, innit?
Aye, there's some labelling it that. And obviously, but he's not had a lot of fights. Whereas like Jake Paul has obviously. But the crazy thing is, right? See, obviously Tommy Fury won. They should be happy, but if you're anywhere near going to be like a good boxer, you shouldn't be struggling with him.
To be world champ, mate.
He's young. He is young, but like even like if you look at like people who became world champions and look at the level they were at when they were his age, compared to, I bet they were miles ahead. You know what I mean?
Mate, I know like there's wee guys doing fucking Rob Roy at like 13 and they've won mad titles all around the world. But like you should be there for. Like and just carrying on that.
Is that old Tiger?
It was his pupils, bro. But
disciples.
But I think like he's no pure embarrassed himself or whatever. But like, why do that fight? Why not just start fighting good cruiserweights and actually build up a mad proper career? Because that was heavy daft. Because like Jake Paul's obviously alright at boxing, so he could have beat him. Know what I mean?
It was like a lose-lose. Like, he had to knock him out.
Mm-hmm. And
he was struggling, mate. He won easy. He won pretty easy, but like at the same
judge had Jake Paul, so like he was never going to lose it. But like he stumbled and all that. But the weirdest thing for me was all that Saudi Arabia stuff.
It was
like, and just how scripted everything.
The funniest thing ever, right? So. Jamie, see, even if you could get this up, mate, you find it on Twitter, right? Just type in like Logan Paul, love you too, bro. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's hilarious, mate. I wouldn't even. So, like, obviously, there's an interviewer going about like interviewing people in between rounds and that. And watch this, it's so awkward. So just listen to what they say.
I know.
Let's watch this. It's
so
funny.
At the time, bro.
It's going to be an answer.
Sorry.
I actually noticed this at the time, you know.
It's so funny, man. Honestly,
have you seen
it?
Man?
It's hilarious, bro.
I didn't think this.
Just listen to what they're saying to each other, like.
What was the last thing that you said to Jake before he came out tonight?
I said, Jake, I love you. I'm not going to give you a big speech. I know you got this, but either come back victorious or come back on your shield. I love you, bro.
I love you too, man. How do you feel like he's doing so?
He's like, I like finishes his speech. You're like, oh,
he's like, I love you, bro, and he's like, yeah, I love you too. I don't even know you, bro.
It's ridiculous. Like that is a bad level of dumb. Like, obviously, people get made fun of on the internet, right? But like. When something's that dumb, you're like, oh my god, this is amazing. I was thinking,
like, I bet he's got mad cunts in his ear. That British people loud. Maybe just heard I love you, and he's just like, that's weird, I love you too. And then he's like, oh fuck. And then I was thinking, I felt so bad for him, mate, that second after it, 'cause I just seen him like, like you just tell he looked like, oh no, fuck. Like, you know when you say like when somebody says enjoy your flight in the airport and you're like, you too, and you're like, oh fuck, a wee bit of cringe, a wee bit of embarrassment. That was like major, bro.
Mate, see, man, I think there's an actual full Lemmy sketch. There defo is, but like, I remember, see, mind the sketch, Lemmy is like getting into the swimming, and he's like, I'm in for a swim. Oh, no, I fucking do. Obviously, you're in for a swim, but you're arguing myself. I remember I used to get like baked and go for a haircut and be like, I used to get the same thing like, alright, just a haircut please. Like, it's so like, obviously that's why you're there.
He does that for one and all. He does a haircut and he's like, oh, guess what I'm in for.
So he does. Mate, I remember doing that because obviously you're baked and you're like, oh, I don't know, you just get in your own heat too much.
I've just took to just kind of walking in and going, so,
mate, a baked haircut. Have you ever had a baked haircut?
No.
It's horrendous, bro. There is not, like, I don't think there's a lot, like, obviously if you're like really, say it's like your best pal and you're in, like, he's cutting your hair or whatever, or somebody you really know, then it's like probably no bad. But I remember like going and it was just like a mad random cunt, like, and it was just, I remember getting in and being baked and like be sitting and he'd be like, and he wasn't really like a cunt that I felt like I related to, so it was, the chat was always pure down the middle, know what I mean? It's always pure, what about the weather, eh?
What about that pineapple pizza?
Yeah, so I couldn't even bring this up. Mate, the perfect thing about that was like Leicester winning the league, wasn't it? What about that Leicester? Like, even you'd say about black lasses and that, they're like, and shit, but I mean,
5,000 to 1.
What about Leicester? I heard that's 5,000 to 1. It's just the perfect time.
Pure, like any awkward moment could be filled.
Mate, but I remember like sitting and getting it cut, and the clippers would be, and I'd be sitting and I'd be like, where do I look? Do you normally look at yourself? And I'd be like looking at myself and I was like, no, that's insane. I'll look up and then being like, no, you look like you're pure, like, and then I like couldn't remember like where you normally put your eyes in that, so I was just pure eye, mate, like pure like moving my eyes about, and I was like, I look actual insane.
Yeah, I was imagining like the clipper sound, isn't it, what you want to be hearing close to you. Pure
eyes pure, what about the sun? It's hot. And I'm like, it's hot, man.
But yeah, I wanted to go back to the Tommy Fury and Jake Paul thing, mate. I wanted to show you a video of John Fury. Can you pull that up, mate, on TikTok?
John Fury is a fucking...
John Fury loses in mid-interview. See if you can
mate,
spot
I've got a love-hate with John Fury, mate, because I'm like, he's so no right in the head, but
there's a lot
he's so entertaining.
Mate, see if you can spot the bit where he loses it. Right, there's a lot of Saudi Arabia chat in this as well.
Nice.
The kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Magnificent. Saudi Arabia and Dubai are the places to be in the future. Here's where the big time boxing's coming. Nowhere else. It's the time for a new beginning. People want new stuff. They're sick of going to Las Vegas. They're sick of going to Wembley. They're sick of going to Tottenham. They want to come and enjoy an event in the lovely warm weather. Nice people. You know, where you get treated with a warm welcome and everybody's your friend.
Unless you're a bumper gear.
It's about the fans. It's not about the fighters. They get well paid. It's about those fans around the world who enjoy good events. And I think Tommy and Jake served up a corker, and God bless both of them.
What did you make of that knockdown in the last round? Did you feel it was a genuine knockdown?
No, I'll tell you, it was a stumble, but a jab caused a stumble, so the referee was right. It was a jab, it was at the end of it, but it caused him to be off balance. But I looked at him, he nodded back, I knew he was okay. Thank you, Dale. He was okay, I said, keep calm, and watch what's coming your way. But you know what? He could have made things a lot easier. But when you're carrying the weight of the world and the amount of pressure to the new baby, he's carrying his name, his whole career on the line. So, you know what? The kid stepped up to the plate and done it. And all you people in the UK that doubted my son, I said, every TV company you want sacking off. Sack them off Monday morning, so they don't know.
Take your top off, man.
Telling you now, let me tell you, I would, but I respect Saudi Arabia too much. No, I respect this great country. I'm not doing it. In respect for this country, I will not do that, sir.
That is so minging, innit? And it's hilarious, but I mean, just like how it's like, oh my god, it's just something they've been told something, mate. You know what I mean? Like,
mate, because it's probably like we're going to start paying fighters like
mate, they're already doing it. Like, they're thinking about buying WWE Saudi Arabia.
Are they? Aye. Mate, and I also watched that thing. I think I sent you it, mate, and it was talking about how the reason Al Nassr signed Cristiano Ronaldo's to appeal to like the football and the wet and like Messi's an ambassador of Saudi Arabia now, and like they're trying to shake off the mad like I don't know, the Eastern kind of side. They want the mad Western culture coming out. So it's like, like football, Messi, we've got him, fucking Ronaldo, we've got him.
Do you think
got all the boxing, like WWE, like you love all that more now?
It is. I think it is exactly that. They're just trying to pay their way into it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I think it's about like I forgot what I was going to say.
They're sitting doing God Save the King when he's a gypsy. Like, he would never do that. It's obviously their idea. Mate, and why we want UK versus America.
Even the ref was well weird, mate. He was like, I don't watch hurlers of boxing. I watch it if it's like a good fight and it's like on or whatever. But even like for boxing I've watched, the ref was just like, he was like taking ages to separate them, and then he'd give a point off, and it felt dead stagey. It didn't feel like a real contest. It felt like a mad. Do you know what I was right? Know what I was thinking during it, man? I was like, sort of same as you, but no, you said it was like sort of weirdly
rehearsed.
I felt like, what if Jake Paul with like all these fights, right? What he's trying to do is create like how like wrestling, right? The whole sell with like wrestling is like, if you can get people to believe it's real, they'll get invested in it, and then they'll want to watch it. Mm-hmm. So like, what if Jake Paul is like doing what wrestling does in terms of like predetermined endings, right? Mm-hmm. And like the way something will play out, but he's selling it to the world like a real thing, because that is just like what wrestling started as, like well back. Do you know what I mean?
But
so,
how would he pay Tommy Fury?
They're both getting paid to be part of this, the same way like two wrestlers would fight each other, and they're both getting paid good money. One's taking the loss and one isn't.
I think I did see Jake Paul going duck
before he hit the I don't think so, right? I don't actually think that, but I think that I was like, they're the kind of cunts that would try something like that.
It's something dodgy. It felt
something weird about it.
At least wrestling knows what you want to see, though. It's like showing you the good shit, like the action and all that. Like that's
it's
just
entertainment.
Pure,
I know.
like, they weren't even.
Mate, know the weirdest thing about the full thing? Tommy Fury coming out to like Sweet Home Alabama or something. What was he song? He came out to Leonard Skinner or something, like a mad American tune. And I was like, that's weird, because like he's fighting an American. I don't know, is that a mad thing?
What his walkout tune?
He walks out to a mad like, I was like,
I can't remember it.
Oh, that was Gary Glitter. I was doing
there. Like Creedence Clearwater Revival or something.
Clearwater Revival, I think it was. Like a mad old Vietnam song, know what I mean? Mad Vietnam War songs. Wait, where the flag of the red, white,
we're getting it. That's Tyson. Tommy Fury. What songs?
Oh, there you go. Joseph's got it in one. But it is a mad American thing, and I was like, that's weird. I thought it was going to see Jake Paul walking it, but as I say, I don't know if I was just in a weird headspace or something, but the full thing was a bit strange to me.
It did feel a bit stagey to me, man. Definitely.
I didn't like it, man. Didn't enjoy it.
Nah, it's no sport of the boxing. That's not a sport of boxing, that.
Molly Mila.
The best in town.
At providing the meals. It's in the bloody name, isn't it, guys? Look, troops, if you've been listening for a while, you know the script with Molly. Molly provides only the finest meals, Jamie.
Quality ass meals.
What are some of your favourites that have been there so far? Just over the months, Jamie, because she does change it every single month.
Well, mate, I do love the Nando's chicken with the halloumi.
Oh, that
halloumi. Peas and the Nando's sauce. Absolutely beautiful. But the best one, I think we've always said, is the chicken jambalaya. Simply exquisite, bro.
Aye, it's exotic.
What have we got coming up this month for Molly Mila?
I'm glad you asked, Jamie. So this month Molly's changing it up, and she's bringing back some classics. So this month for the standard meal, she's got roast chicken with garlic potatoes, veg and gravy, smoked sausage, creamy tomato pen pasta. Oh my goodness, we've not had that yet. No, the nation's favourite, the Chinese style chicken curry with rice, is making a comeback. As you can see, Jamie is rubbing his nipples at the sheer thought of sticking that in the microwave. Sticky barbecue chicken thighs with sweet potato mash, tender stem broccoli, sweet chilli prawns with garlic potatoes, creamy tomato pen, which is a vegetarian, and veg Chinese style curry.
That sounds unbelievable, mate.
And, you know, with Reilly's Gaff, if you do want to order Molly's meals to keep you nice and fit, she is going to do a wee offer where if you order 5 meals, which is the minimum order, if you order them, she's going to throw in 2 free breakfast meals.
And what kind of things can you get for a breakfast meal, mate?
If you mention Reilly's Gaff, by the way, So, for the breakfast meal, she's got the healthy fry-up, the Biscoff overnight oats, which are unbelievable, the Nutella overnight oats, which I've not tried. Molly, sort me out. She's also got high-protein meals as well, which are a bit more expensive, because there's more of it. That's just how the economy works, people. So, to order, get in touch with Molly at Molly's Meal Preps on Instagram, and all you need to do is DM her and say, look, I want to order, I seen you on Reilly's Gaff, and you don't need to say, am I going to get the offer, please, Molly? You don't need to say that. She just knows. She knows the script by now.
She's a businesswoman, alright.
You can get them delivered, or you can pick them up at the Milton Muscle House, baby.
You sure can.
What's the real name?
Performance 22, the best gym in town.
The best gym. Recently voted one of the top 500 gyms in Milton. So, get ordering, troops, and keep that belly looking trim.
In a party, I just want to rock. Big boots and boots on top.
Troops, look, the lighter mornings are coming in now, baby. And you know what that means? More people can see your bushy pubes. So we need to get that shit sorted, don't we? And there's only one company to visit. Manscaped, baby. Manscaped.com for all your below-the-belt grooming needs. God knows I've had a few of those needs in my time. I've left it for months at times. Months just to see what happened. And it's not pretty. Now I'm on the Lawnmower 4.0 weekly. I've not seen a pube in about 6 months. Not even seen one. It's bald and I just shave it anyway, baby. Just to keep it fresh. And we're going to get you money off Manscaped. We're going to get you 20% off anything you order. But what I would advise you do order, because this is what we get sent, and once you order this, there's no need to explore further. You've got it. You've got the total ball package. So, the Perfect Package 4.0 kit. Now listen to this, baby. The Lawnmower 4.0 all new skin safe electric trimmer. So they've developed it in a way that, you know, those nuts are very fragile, and we know that. If you've ever tried to, I remember being a wee guy and trying to cut my pubes with my balls with scissors. Disaster waiting to happen. It's really in it. So get the Lawnmower 4.0, and it's designed to not nick. And also the Crop Preserver anti-chafing ball deodorant, the Crop Reviver ball spray toner, and what's class as well, they give you these mats that look like newspapers, right? So when you're shaving, all that hair just falls there, and then all you do is wrap that bitch up and throw it in a bin. And they're going to throw in a travel bag that's worth £30. Now this travel bag has served me good, to be honest. Something I didn't really have, and now I've got it. And the Manscaped boxers. You're getting boxers as well. So all you do is go on to manscaped.com, pick your boxer size, pick how many you want. You might want to order 5, which would be fantastic for us if you want 5. But if you're only ordering 1, it's fine. So you pick your boxer size, add to basket, and then what you're going to do is you're going to use the code Reilly's Gaff at checkout. So you're going to get free worldwide shipping and 20% off when you use the code Reilly's Gaff. So, you know, the lighter mornings are coming in. The sun has got his hat on. Let's make sure those pubes are shaved, baby. Cheers.
This has been a fight heavy show, isn't it?
Aye. So we're going to watch some fights. Joe Boy is here to give us his opinion on what we're seeing.
Expert analysis.
You can't beat a good fight, mate.
Oh, mate.
The thing about a fight is, I was thinking about this today, like, I said to people in my work, we're watching fights tonight, and like every one of them was like, remember my first fight back in the day, and that. So it's like a mad thing you never forget. If it's so vivid, because it's such a, unless you like fight all the time,
it's a primal thing, innit?
It's
like and mate, see, like there's nothing more feral than like hundreds of 5th-year wee guys just huddling about, fight fucking into him, not mate. That's the most like animalistic you've ever been, bro.
Doesn't get more vivid than that. But we're going to watch the fights. I've got 2 to start with, so let's start with this one. This one I seen on Twitter.
Let's go. That's an Oliver tree.
Mate, but watch the cameraman, right? Watch what the cameraman does.
Hey, little boy.
No, fuck you. No, fuck that.
Little boy.
No, hell no.
Pipsqueak.
I ain't done shit. Give me first, right?
Is that your
No, fuck that. Fuck that. Give me first, right?
Seems quite calm for being in what position he's in.
He's actually talking, mate.
Mate, you never give up the high ground to an enemy, bro.
Oh, mate, if the guy is a tier, like a, what you want to call that, a tier, like a row,
tier, bro.
a tier, don't entertain it. A row above you, you need to be very confident that you're going to. You need to be.
You need to have the reach, bro. You need to have the mate. See, be fair, that he was tenacious, bro. He didn't stop. Like, he get cracked, and I thought that was him doing it.
He's doing it. And the cameraman's like, "Is that your sea, brother?" He's like, "Nah, fuck that, man." Fuck that. He's like trying to get back
He's
up.
got little boy.
I
was saying that's like that TikTok. That like, you better watch it there, buddy. You're easy pickings.
Hey, you're easy pickings.
the best TikTok account
What's
ever,
that
bro.
account called?
What is it called? JR Boys
know,
or something? It's like a mad prank. But it just goes up.
You'll see it in the
Watch it, tough guy.
Because we've mentioned it and we're on your telly and all that, right? And your phone, your phone will listen to that, right?
He's
and
called an algo rhythm.
And then what you start seeing this on your TikTok, all that, seeing your For You page. And
Shut Mark Zuckerberg.
Right, so
you got another one, bro.
Next one. So let's read out the title for this. So,
right, so
you read it, mate. Aye.
The most feared bully in school, who goes by the name of Beast Mode, finally gets dealt with.
This is so good, bro.
Oh fuck, man!
He's got the t-shirt on. His t-shirt says Beast Mode.
He's got the merch, bro.
Okay, let me pick up the straps and we'll see this. You alright? Hit me, Braden. You want to? They do? You fucking want to? What are you gonna do? You fucking want to? Huh?
Oh! Look at the legs, bro.
Oh, bro, he's down.
Fucking wake me up. I'll fucking hurt you.
I was about to say he's got some chin.
I'll hurt him.
He's reverted to crab status, man.
Look at him.
Give me these towels.
Oh shit! You just can tell 50 IQ points, man.
Mate, Beast Mode been dethroned, man. I can't even believe it. We thought that the dynasty would last forever. The Beast Mode dynasty,
Mate, that was fucking.
It was a good crack.
The stanky leg, bro.
Started crip walking.
Right, what have we got next, David?
Right, so we've got Ginger had hands for everyone.
Devil emoji.
Who sent it?
Sorry, that was sent in by Kean Marshall.
Let's go.
Power.
Well, that's a real warrior right there, isn't it?
That's how you won your corner. It's just Dr. Fly.
Mate, imagine you're there and you're like having to back your part and you see that cunt. He's doing leg kicks and that. Mate, if a guy leg kicks you in a street fight, get out of there.
He's still going. Mate, think about how many times he must have got cracked there. And he's just kept going, mate.
Didn't he feel it once, mate?
No, I mean, he's got a strong chin. Thanks for that, Kean Marshall. So we'll move on to the next one. Sent in by Kerry Williams. Woman punched in the head as she cues in Greg's before fight kicks off.
So the punch is before the fight?
What?
Junkie fight! Junkie fight!
Yeah, that's Sucky Ulster.
There we go!
Why the fuck do you do that?
Junkie fight!
The guy with the leather jacket's just watching it.
Who's he? He's the marshal. The official junkie. The Greg's marshal, bro.
Greg's security guard. Imagine you were a Greg's security guard.
You had to wear that,
Aye. Oh, mate, you see?
The Greg's is an insane arena for a fight, innit?
Oh, bro, so many things that could go wrong.
Steak baked to the eye.
You better hope the sausage roll don't have a heater.
Mate, I was once in Greg's and there was a wee apprentice in the van, right? And I was like, I'm jumping to Greg's if you want it. And he's like, nah, I'm alright. And I went in and Kyle Lafferty was there, right? And I didn't say anything. I was just like, oh, that's Kyle Lafferty. I thought he was meant to be in Belgium or something. I think it was just before he came back to Scotland. And so I was Kyle Lafferty. I just bought my stuff and went out. And I said to the apprentice, like, Kyle Lafferty was in there. And he was like, geez, that sausage roll, I'll go and fling it at him. Like he was a madly wannabe, like casual. I'll scalp him with a sausage roll.
Mate, I need to go crack him, bro.
That's what I need to do, bro.
Mate, if I want to be with the big boys, I need to, mate.
It's an initiation.
Sausage roll.
That's the ultimate insult.
But on to the next one, sent in by Lloyd Tobin. Watch this KO, backhand gets knocked out. Right, okay.
That's like a...
Whoa! That's a good backhand.
He lubed his horn up before the slap.
And he broke his back.
Think about that, like walking up in the amount of time that would take for all that finesse, bro. Like, he would judge that so perfectly in his head.
That is a fucking like wild thought process.
Like, I think it would be hard to time a backhand just without doing all this before it. Know what I mean? Like,
maybe he knew he needed that extra couple of seconds.
I was stalling.
It's like when you play like a fighting game, you do a mad like taunt thing.
Like that. Aye, but on to the next one, Jambo. Also sent in by Lloyd Tobin, sending us a few. This is captioned Scotland fight.
Scotland fight.
Class, man.
Did you get it, aye?
Aye.
Come in a bit.
Get him up.
Fucking gas. I know. What you fucking doing? What you fucking doing? You're fucking dafty. You're not taking any walking that telling them about the bike. We just got fucking...
That video.
Why did he video that?
Mate, they've obviously like set him up, eh?
Aye, he said it's telling somebody about the bike. They must have bumped a bike and then he's grassed them in to the official owner. The original owner.
If you go bump a bike, you need to be alright with people knowing about it, man.
Aye. It comes with the territory, doesn't it?
Come in a bit. Get him up.
He was looking for the remote. Where's the remote?
Mate, an unexpected crack is worse than I expected. I prefer an unexpected one. At least I don't get the worry of it coming.
Would you tense up if you knew you were getting one? Would you?
No, I'd just take it, obviously.
Loose chin.
I'd sit my... I'd be a pure watty take a punch, you know what I mean?
How funny is that? Mate, there's a man video and it was like 2 counts to 11 and he's like, Jabby's there, mate, I won't go down, and he cracks him a belt up. He just goes right in the chin, mate, and he kind of goes back and he goes like that and then he falls and he's like, that's tied up for a couple of seconds. We just telling somebody to crack him in the chin, mate. That's insanity. So the next one is K-Rob again. Falkirk Hibs fans, Kayleigh dancing.
Is it in reverse?
No, this is actually real. I've never seen this before. Sergio Ticini tracking, obviously. Wait, that's not us. We Gay Gordon's there.
Oh, aye. He's get tatted. No, that boy could go far, the boy with the hood.
Aye, he looks it.
He did a couple of moves on them.
That's fucking brilliant, man. That's good. Some good editing.
Joe, did you do like the Kayleigh at school?
Kayleigh? Aye, we had like a teacher that was right into it, man. We got the accordion and that, he was just doing it.
Oh my god.
Paedophile?
Aye, well, he did get moved to a different school. So
mate, that was always the mad rumours. If a teacher moved schools, I helped to mad pedo.
He terrible, I seen him looking at one of the lasses in class once.
My bird, I know, but I'm not talking about that.
Mate, he was pure talking to him, had lassie, pure like, you can hear the work and all that. It's heavy, creepy.
Because as a wee guy, your mind's just walking.
You shouldn't be pure talking to him.
But on to the next one. Ross, thank you for sending it in. Haha, usual Friday up Paps. Where's Paps? Do you know? Some place in Edinburgh or something, innit?
Oh, this is amazing. I've seen this.
What you doing?
I mean, none of them have landed
This is like fighting in a dream, mate.
He just bumped his head, man.
Wait, that is like in a dream where it's like you're walking in honey and your like punches are pure weak and all that. Aye, so who sent this? Do you know? George Finn. Oh right. Oh, was it? And is it his video originally? No.
Original content.
Aye, so this has been sent in by George Frame. It's actually his tweet. Still think about the strength of that boy's head. This is
So this is George Frame in this video I'm hearing.
Aye, George Frame's in the orange. Joseph's in the blue.
And Jihan the warrior, if you're supposed to watch this, boys, 1, 2, 3.
Shit, mate.
It
doesn't know what
to walk. Some strength in that boy's head. There you go, dog.
Check it.
Like, but fuck it. You're bleeding? Fuck it, man. Let's get fucking mad with it,
Let's get mad with it.
That's the height of the summer, isn't it?
You got the hospital, I'm taking you to the hospital, mate. John, you got the hospital.
It's just instantly regretted. Why did they do that?
Play that one more time. I need to see if it's start, bro. This needs a replay.
And Jihan the warrior, if you're supposed to watch this, boys, 1, 2, 3.
What even is that? A golf club, mate?
I thought it was a crutch.
It's a golf club and the fucking driver he'd falls
Some strength in that boy's head. There you go, dog.
What the fuck?
Mate, imagine that woman. No, the guy walking the dog.
Fuck it, man. Let's get fucking mad with it, Sam. Let's go.
Let's get mad with it.
Mate, look at. So this one was sent to me on Insta, and I was assured it was in the Patreon. Showed me his Patreon page and that, and his
Patreon membership card.
I did. He showed his credentials, know what I mean? So, but he just sent me these because they're videos for his actual school. So there's a screenshot for one of them, mate.
Is that all his hair, or is there a guy behind him or something?
I like the wee spiky bits. A guy behind him.
No, he's Native American, mate.
Aye, he's Frankie Kokoza, bro.
Right, okay. Here we go.
Here's a bit of action. I've not actually watched these.
Oh shit!
You're a
Aye, something like that.
Great fighting surface. No excuses,
no
excuses to get battered on the bowling green, bro.
See, I wanted to ask, but like, I like a backstory because I feel that's a good duck, to be fair. Sometimes feel bad for the wee guys. I'm
So his mate's got the guillotine, mate.
Long hair's got power.
This is such a classic school fight video, like the jumper getting dragged about everywhere.
No big swing.
No big
You fucking got blood on my shirt. You got blood on my shirt. What's my mum gonna say?
I'll hold that for you, Logan. Come on, there's no finish.
Right, I think that's that one done. But aye, a classic school fight. Are these the two? Aye, right.
Right, another one. Here we go.
This is for the same group chat, apparently.
Still got a PE kit on.
That sounds mental, doesn't it? Oh, it's a sneak attack.
He was taking his tap off his chair.
Why did he take his tap off? Mate, that was an alright crack.
Primal, mate, it's primal.
Just get like 4 twos in a row, bro.
The right hand, mate, the right hand's landing.
Mate, that tap-off gave him some power for somewhere, didn't it?
Primal, I'm telling you, bro.
Child's
probably drinking his own blood.
Feel like he's listening to DMX or something now. Right, I think I'll do all the specials in at the end. But aye, cheers for them. They were like pure classic. That's what we wanted.
That's who we wanted. Right, troops, the last one messaged me privately. This is, it didn't want to be named. So, I don't know if we're facing some charges watching this one, but let's have a wee go anyway. Let's see it. This is one that Joe's early used.
Did you film it? Is this Mafia 3?
This is intro for the Wee Room podcast.
It's ethereal.
It's kind of like Digimon, like.
Mate, I would actually watch this.
Bro dropped the hardest school fight edit.
When is like a raccoon pelt out or something?
When is this out?
Hey mate, that is some amount of work going into that Scottish school fight. So this one was sent in by another patron who didn't want to be named, as he knows these boys apparently.
He's a teacher.
Well, no, they're going to be like, we fucking know who it is, bro.
Oof.
What the fuck are you doing?
doing as well.
Right, remember what you've done to me in basketball? Right.
Accents are amazing, man.
Why did you fucking punch me? Touch me again, I'll kill you.
Remember what you did to me in basketball.
No, it's a pure middle class fight, innit? Why would you do that then?
Remember you hit my shin when we were playing hockey?
yeah, remember. Come on, Sebastian, you hit me first.
Well, play it again. I want to hear the audio.
Aye.
Right, let's just listen to it.
12 months that they want to recognise.
What the fuck are you doing?
Right!
Why have you done that then?
Right, remember what you've done to me in basketball? Right.
Why have you fucking punched me?
Out.
You didn't pass me the ball in basketball.
Aye, you prick.
Nothing.
Mate, he took it well, to be fair. It was a decent
Took
crack.
it, got up and chased him at the class.
Back down in
Mass
that.
respect to that
I
guy.
got him suspended, bro.
Mate, how much it?
Strong chin.
Bit of chicken move for the other boy, yeah?
Jenks would in the class. Mate,
In class sitting down like that, man. You're sitting like that. When's break, man? You
Mate, what about the cunt that's just sitting like that with a phone just videoing the whole affair, bro?
Mate, shit. We've not got time to show it, but Finlay, boy, I know. He sent us a video and it's a cunt and it's like a school fight and somebody's recording it with a laptop, like, with a webcam, running about like that.
That is so funny, bro. That's so like 2010 or something.
Like shit, I've got the laptop on me.
I'm running about with an iPad, the back camera on.
Terrible.
That's
mate.
fucking
Terrible.
brilliant.
Aye, but look, troops, hope you enjoyed it, man. Joe boy, let's get some final words. What's next for Joseph Guscadden, mate?
What's next?
What are you doing now?
Tomorrow,
Just pass a driving test?
I've got an interview tomorrow.
Who,
City of Glasgow College.
Ah, nah.
Janitor?
You clearing the gutters and that? It's good money, that. Good money. Danger money and that.
So what you trying to get into?
It's the TV course, but it's like a uni assessed thing, so it should be good.
Right, so more into like TV production and like podcast things.
BBC, isn't it?
Aye, see, that'll be good, mate. That'll be really nice.
Well, I think
I always want to ask if are you a fighter?
I'm a lover.
Oh, baby.
Mr. Lubba.
The lava. Amazing. I think we should get John regularly to just do wee episodes.
Comment on like
I'd love to.
guys' unique outlook on life.
Up for that.
Nice.
Troops, let us know what you thought of it. As always, give us a wee comment if you want to see Joe on more.
I'm
the legend.
I'm wanting to see more comments because I like reading the comments.
Also, I forgot to say, shout out to El Jefe's Finiston.
They gave you food, bro?
They gave me. I turned up and begged for some food and they gave me it. So, they gave me some free food, so thank you so much.
Shout out Declan Sweeney, thanks for the question.
What a man.
Shout out to my Uncle John for giving me like 40 quid one year for my birthday.
And hey yo, shout out to God.
Shout out to God. Remember, troops, if you want more extra content, patreon.com/Reilly's Gaff. Go give us a wee review on Spotify. It helps us. Things like that, man. And hope you enjoyed it. See you later.
Cheers.
Peace.